Welcome students. Today we are going to discuss about creative questions in commerce. In the last 4 classes so far we have discussed about all the objective type 1 mark questions. Today we are going to discuss about some creative questions, some tricky questions which you have to analyze in detail and you have to answer for that. First one, question number 1. Mr. Jayapradap buying some shares in market, but he is expecting some price fall in future to resale. Here what type of speculator he is? We all know very well we are having 4 types of speculators: bull, bear, stag and lame duck. Here the answer is bear, because these types of speculator always expecting some price fall in future to buy the shares in market. So the answer is bear. Next one, an entrepreneur who conceives and brings in new innovative ideas for the business, but he does move out after implementation. Which type of entrepreneur he is? That is the entrepreneur who conceives and brings in new innovative ideas for the business. We all know the innovative entrepreneur. Innovative entrepreneurs they are always keep on creating new ideas for their business. They are developing new ideas for the existing product and they are also identifying new products to introduce in market. But in this case, the entrepreneur innovating new ideas but does not move out after implementation. So this type of entrepreneur is business entrepreneur. So the answer is business entrepreneur. Next one, question number 3. I have bills with me with no due date, but I can withdraw it when present it instantly. In case of bills, we have different types of commercial bills, we know. Here when the bill is issued without any due date, the bill can be presented on demand. So the answer is demand and usance bill. Okay. Question number 4. Mr. Akash bought half kg black pepper from Pandian stores. While opened that packet, he found some papaya seeds inside. Here explain how he is exploited. We know the consumers are exploited in many ways. Consumers are issued with the product at high rate and duplicate product and imitative product, adulteration and deterioration in quality. So we have many types of different types of consumer exploitation. But here instead of pepper from Pandian stores, they are issued with the papaya seeds inside. So the answer is adulteration. The next one, question number 5. In IPL 2020 match, I send my 20 employees as an audience wearing my company name t-shirt. What kind of marketing is this? We are having different types of new marketing techniques. We have guerrilla marketing, social marketing, viral marketing, ambush marketing. But in this case, the company employees send as an audience by wearing the name printed on the t-shirt. So this is a kind of ambush marketing. Next one. What is the role of a director when he has to safeguard the company's money and property? We all know very well the role of a director. Director is appointed on behalf of the shareholders, because in case of companies, the ownership is completely separated from the shareholders. Shareholders have no direct involvement in company business activities. Here the director is the only person who is responsible for all the properties and company's money. He is acting as an agent, trustee of shareholders. So the exact answer is the role of director here is acting as a trustee by safeguarding the company's money and property. Next, question number 7. I am the person who purchased all the shares from the company and sell them on my behalf. Who am I? There are different types of persons engaged in stock exchange for purchase and sale of shares. For the purpose of purchase of shares and for sale of shares, many stock exchange brokers, jobbers, many insiders are involved in stock exchange. Here, when all the shares of the companies are purchased on behalf of the company, is here the exact answer is jobbers. Okay. The next one, I am the HR, head of Aircel Limited. Now I required marketing head vacancy in my company. Instead of giving advertisement, I directly recruit marketing head of Airtel by offering more salary. What kind of recruitment is this? We are having different types of recruitment. When there is vacancy in a company, the employees may be recruited through some internal sources and external sources. We all know very well. In case of the internal sources, the companies are recruited by transfer or promotion within the campus itself or from the same department of the company. In case of the external sources, the employees are recruited outside the company through campus placement, through advertisement, all we know. But here, when a person in another company is attracted by offering more salary, he is appointed on that vacancy here means that is talent hunting. That is called as talent hunting. So this kind of recruitment is poaching. So the exact answer is poaching. Poaching here means talent hunting. The well-placed, well-talented employees of other company is recruited by another company. So the answer is poaching. Next one, the proverb, drops of water makes an ocean is best suited for. So the drops of water makes an ocean is. That means here, in case of the stock exchange, the small investors are also allowed to participate in stock exchanges. The small investment, small savings schemes in banks, small savings bank accounts are allowed to participate in capital market is called as mutual fund. So the exact answer is mutual fund. Okay. The next one, in an IAS interview, the interviewer asks questions to unmarried girl. One fine morning, when you wake up, you feel that you carrying baby. What will be your reaction? What kind of interview is this? That is, this kind of interview, the correct answer is stress interview. Because in case of the stress interview, the interviewer deliberately creating the artificial situation in order to identify the attitude and reaction of the person. On that basis, the employee's attitude, their psychological reaction to that situation can be easily assessed. How the employee is acting on that situation, what are their reactions, on that basis the employees are recruited. This kind of interview is called as a stress interview. In case of the some kind of a job which directly deals with the different types of persons, different types of employees, instead of working in one department itself, when the employees are required to meet with the different types of people, this types of interview is required in order to identify and test the psychological reactions of the person. So the answer is stress interview. Next one, Mr. Raj purchased a watch from the local shop on his seller. Verbal commitment. So on the basis of the verbal commitment only, he are going to purchase the product. Within 2 months, the watch not working properly. He made a complaint to his seller, but the seller denied to replace the watch. Give your suggestion to Mr. Raj when he can make a complaint. Because here he purchased a watch from the local shop on his seller. Verbal commitment. There is no return statement, no guarantee card, no cash receipt, no invoice. On the basis of the verbal commitment, he purchased a watch. So the answer is there is no possibility for making complaint on that person. So the answer cannot complain because no cash receipt with the Raj. Okay. The question number 12. Mr. X borrowed loan from bank rupees 25 lakhs. Due to some problem, he cannot pay the loan amount. So the government ordered to sell his house. During the action sale, Mr. X purchased the house by quoting higher prices. Is this contract of sale? Answer is not a contract of sale, because in case of a contract of sale, we have different essential elements of contract of sales. There must be a 2%, there must be a transfer of property, there must be a price for the product, but the actionable claims is not coming under the contract of sale. This is the immovable property. In case of the property, he cannot repay the full amount of loan and it comes to action. So the actionable claims, this is not a contract of sale. Next we pass on to question number 13. Mr. Ramu is a businessman manufacturing only men's shoes for the past 40 years. Even though the demand for the shoe is very high from women and child, he is not manufacturing for them. What kind of entrepreneur he is? We know the different types of entrepreneurs we have. Fabian entrepreneurs, drone entrepreneurs, innovative entrepreneurs, business entrepreneurs we have. Here, businessman manufacturing only men's shoes for past 40 years. But even though his product is having heavy demand in market, he is not manufacturing for women and child. So this type of entrepreneur is drawn entrepreneur, because he always hesitates to utilize the new opportunity available in society. He never used the better opportunity. So he stick on with the same business he is having for the past 40 years. So the answer is drawn entrepreneurs. Okay. The next one. Infotech Private Limited issued equity and preference shares to the public. During the liquidation of companies, who will get the capital first? In case of the private limited cannot issue shares to the public. So this is not possible for the liquidation of the company. Who will get the capital first? In case of the liquidation of the public limited, we all know we have the preferential payments. In case of preferential payment, priority is given only for the legal expenses and liquidators' remuneration. Last priority goes to the equity shareholders. In between, we have preference shareholders, debenture holders, bank loans and creditors, all we have. So the first priority in case of liquidation of company is legal expenses and liquidators' remuneration. Last priority goes to equity shareholders. But this is not possible in case of the private limited, because private limited cannot issue shares to the public. Okay. Then next we pass on to question number 50. X sold some goods to Y for rupees 10,000. Y paid rupees 9,900 but failed to pay the balance rupees 100. State whether the seller is an unpaid seller or not. Unpaid seller is the person who is not paying the full amount of entire amount of the product. In this case, he has to pay the balance of 100. So he is called as a unpaid seller. So the answer is unpaid seller. Till payment of the full amount, the entire amount, he is called as a unpaid seller. Okay. The next one. Priya bought a mobile phone without cash bill. Note that point. Priya bought a mobile phone without cash bill. The product was defective and the seller refused to replace the product during the warranty period. Can she approach a consumer forum? Give reason. In order to approach the consumer forum and to make a complaint, a cash bill is essential. But Priya bought a mobile phone without cash bill. So the answer is she cannot file a complaint because no cash receipt. Okay. Then next we pass on to question number 70. A sells to B a product. In the sales, A gets commission on sale to B, who in turn sells to C, D and E. A gets certain percentage commission on B's sales to C, D and E. What type of marketing strategy is this? Explain. That is, this kind of marketing strategy is called as multi-level marketing. We all know very well the product Amway products. Amway products are sold only through the multi-level marketing. One person has to introduce some of the agents under him. Each agent has to introduce in turn 5 persons. It goes on like that. So it's like a pyramid type of marketing type. So this is called as a multi-level marketing. Okay. Then next we pass on to question number 18. The proprietor takes goods from his business for his personal use. Can it be considered as a contract of sale? Why? Because in case of a contract of sale, there must be two parties. There should be a buyer and a seller. But in this case, the proprietor takes products for his own use. This is called as drawings. So the answer is no, need two parties. The next one, Mugilan wants O positive blood for his 1-month-old child for an emergency operation. What type of marketing technique will he use? Why? This is in order to spreading the news for the demand of this O negative blood for 1-month child. The answer is viral marketing, because the news should be spread all over the particular area in order to acquire the O positive blood. This is viral marketing, news spread as a viral. Okay, then next one. A Chennai based company sent its manager to Delhi for training. What kind of training it is? Explained. When a person is sent outside the companies for the purpose of training, that is called as a off the job training. If the person is given training within the company on the job itself, we call it as on the job training. But when he sent out to another department or another area, another place in order to acquire the new technology, this is called as off the job training. So in this case, Chennai based company sent its manager to Delhi for training. So this kind of training is called as off the job training. Next one. It is one of the principles of scientific management technique. It involves a change in the attitude of workers and management towards each other. What is this? We have different principles of scientific management which is introduced by F.W. Taylor, that is the harmony, not discord. The maximum efficiency of the person should be utilized, and mental revolution. Here the exact answer is mental revolution, because both the employees and the employer, they must join together in order to achieve the objective of the company. For that, both of them objectives and attitude must be directed and coordinated with each other. So the answer is mental revolution. Okay, the next one, question number 22. Mr. Raja and Miss Rani working as a clerk in an organization, both of them having same experience and qualification, but Mr. Raja getting rupees 10,000 salary per month and Miss Rani getting rupees 8,500 salary per month. Which principle of modern marketing violated here? In case of principle of modern marketing, we have the division of work, unity of command, unity of control, the principle of equity. But here, one person is given with the salary of 10,000, another person is offered with 8,500. There is a disparity in between the remuneration, in between the two persons regarding salary and remuneration. So this is called as a principle of equity. So the principle of equity is the one of the principle of modern management is violated here. Okay. The next one, he or she applies for shares in new companies and expects to sell them at a premium. If he gets an allotment, what kind of speculator he is? The answer is stag. Okay. The next one, question number 24. It's a kind of functions of management. It's comparing the actuals with the standards and to check whether activities are going on as per plan and rectify deviation. Name it. We have different functions of management. That is, the functions of management are called as a POSCOP. Planning, organizing, directing, coordinating and controlling. We have different types of principles of management. Here, comparing the actual plans and standards with the performance is called as a controlling, because controlling is the only evaluating function. In that only the actual plans are compared with the performance in order to identify the deviations and to rectify and to take the remedial steps to remove that deviation. So, comparing the plan with performance is called as controlling. So, this type of function is controlling function. The next one, a person who is already an employee of an organization can be deputed for a specific job for a specified period as a short-term solution. What source of recruitment is? We have different types of recruitment, internal sources and external sources of recruitment. But in this case, within the company itself, one person is appointed on deputation basis to one department to another department. So, the answer is deputation. The deputation is only the internal source of recruitment, because there is no new person is recruited from outside. They are having a, in order to adjust the internal vacancies and to acquire knowledge, already the person existing employee is deputed for specified periods. The next one, who is the issuing authority of PAN card? PAN card we all know very well. The PAN card is issued by the income tax department, which is used for different governmental purposes. The next one, these entrepreneurs do not have any family background or prior exposure to the venture initiated by them. What kind of entrepreneur he is? So, these persons are called as first generation entrepreneurs. Okay. The next one, which method you select employees from educational institution for your business concern? When the employees are recruited directly from educational institution, that method is called as campus interview. You all know very well, many companies they are recruiting the freshers through the educational institution. So, the answer is campus interview. Next one, when an employee is transferred from one department to another department to expose interrelated job, name the method of training. We have different types of training in companies, but when a person is appointed in the same job for so many years, the person will become expertise on only one department. But when a person is frequently transferred from one department to another department, that is called as job rotation method, because in order to know and adjust all the different department interrelated works, the employee should be frequently transferred for a specified period from one department to another department. They must be keep on changing from one job to another job within the same company to different department. So, the exploring the employees to different department to explore the new ideas, this method is called as job rotation method. Okay, the next one, music student may be asked to play a given instrument during the selection test. Name the test. We know very well that we are having a different types of test, but in case of the musical instrument, the exact answer is achievement test. Okay. The next one, my employees are my most important assets. When they go home in the evening, net worth drops to 0. Who quote this line? That is, these lines are given by the Infosys CEO, Mr. Narayanamurthy. Okay. This method is a visual display of how something works or how to do something. Name the training method. The answer is demonstration, because in case of the demonstration only, the entire product is displayed and all the parts are separated, how to assemble, how the product should be bring into action, everything should be learned only by displaying all the products and its parts. So, the answer is demonstration. The next one, this type of market deals with the purchase or sale of gold and silver. Name the type of market. So, the answer is bullion market. Okay. The next one, naming a product in order to identify from competitive product is called what? Naming a product means branding. Why the branding is essential? Because branding is essential in order to identify the product from other competitive products. For example, in case of a hammam soap, we know in market we have different types of soap. Soap is a product name, but hammam is the brand name. When we are going to purchase a product, we have to specify the seller about the brand name only, because the brand name makes to identify the product from different competitors, manufacturers engaged in market to produce and market and sell their products. So, we have to get a specified brand name for each and every product. The best example for brand monopoly is Dettol, because in case of the Dettol, we all know very well, Dettol is only brand name. So, what is the product name here? The product name is antiseptic lotion. When we go to shop to purchase a Dettol, no one asked about the product name. We are not going to ask the seller about give me one antiseptic lotion, but we are asking only give me one Dettol. The Dettol is the product name, but we completely forgot the product name. Now, the product name becomes the brand name. That is called as brand monopoly. When the product name occupies entirely as a brand name, that is called as brand monopoly. So, Dettol is the best example. Okay. So, naming the product to identify from competitive product here is branding. The best example is Dettol. Okay students, so far we have discussed in details about some of the creative questions. These questions are not directly given from your books. Some questions are tricky, some are twisted. You have to analyze and think about the exact answers, because in our new syllabus we have many tricky questions. So, you must be able to reply for that on the basis of the content given in the books. So, I hope this session will be useful to you. We will see the remaining in the next session. Okay, thank you.